Good day everyone, I am Roslyn C. Agos and together with my group mates Miss Esther Eno and Mr. J. Esmero. So today, I will answer and discuss some questions. But before that, let me answer first question 1, 2, and 3. Question number 1. What is the difference between plant anatomy and plant psychology? Plant anatomy is a general term for the study of the external structure of plants. Also, it describes the analysis and alignment of cells, tissues, and organs of plants and affiliation to their development and functions. And it's helped to reveal the relationship between structure, function, taxonomy, ecology, and developmental genetics. While the plant psychology is study of plant function and behavior, encompassing all dynamic process of growth, metabolism, reproduction, defense, and communication that account for plants being alive. Question number 2. Enumerate and discuss the function of part plants. The major plant parts are roots, stem, leaves, and flowers. Which is the function of roots is to absorb water and minerals, and the stem is to support the plants. The third one is the leaves, to perform the photosynthesis, and lastly is flower. It is helps in reproductions. Question number 3. What are the parts found in a shoot system and root system? The parts plants found in a shoot system is the flower, leaf, fruit, and stem. The root system, we found part is only the roots.
So good day, Ma'am Mel. I am James D. Espero and this is my performance task in CAF Lesson 4. What is the difference between xylem and phloem? Xylem, it is a plant vascular tissue that conveys water and dissolves minerals from the roots to the rest of the plants, and also provides physical support. And phloem is the vascular tissue in charge of transport and distribution of the organic nutrients. So the phloem is also a pathway to signaling molecules and has a structural function in the plant body. So the xylem distributes water and dissolves minerals upward through the plant from the roots to the leaves. The phloem carries the food downward from the leaves to the roots. So what is annual growth rate? So each year, the tree forms a new cells arranged in concentric circles called annual rings or the annual growth rings. These annual growth rings show the amount of food produced during one growing season. Not only do these trees rings tells us the age of the tree, but they also tell us climate conditions during the life of a tree. Trees add a new layer of wood between the bark and the trunk each growing season. So describe the internal structure of a leaf. So first is epidermal cells. Epidermis in botany, outermost protoderm-derived layer of cells covering the stem, roots, leaf, flower, fruit, and seed parts of a plant. The epidermis and its waxy cuticle provide a protective barrier against mechanical injury, water loss, and infection. Next is stomata. Stomata are cell structures in the epidermis of tree leaves and needles that are involved in the exchange of carbon dioxide and water between plants and the atmosphere. Next is palisade mesophyll. So the palisade mesophyll layer is where most of the photosynthesis occur in the leaf. The palisade cells contains a lot of chloroplast to help them perform this photosynthesis. The palisade cells are closely packed together to maximize light absorption. Next is guard cells. A pair of guard cells surrounds each stomata on the leaf surface. Stomata are important because they regulate the uptake of CO2 from the atmosphere for photosynthesis, and the loss of water vapor from the plant during transpiration. Next is spongy mesophyll. Spongy tissue is a type of tissue found both in plants and animals. In plants, it is the part of mesophyll, where it forms a layer next to the palisade cells in the leaf. The spongy mesophyll's function is to allow the inter-exchange of gases, CO2, that are needed for photosynthesis.
Hello everyone, I am Esther Agostoino and I am going to answer the number 7, 8, 9, and 10. Number 7. What is the role of photosynthesis in plants and why it is important? Plants are autotrophs, which means they produce their own food. Photosynthesis uses water, carbon dioxide from the air, and energy from the sun or another light source to create glucose or sugar. This glucose provides the energy to the plant needs in order to survive. So, the role of photosynthesis to plants is to transform water, sunlight, and carbon dioxide into oxygen and simple sugars that the plant uses as fuel. So, during photosynthesis, carbon dioxide or a gas is combined with water and solar energy and converted to carbohydrates. A solid formation of carbohydrates is a chemical way to share the sun energy as food. Carbohydrates produced from photosynthesis provide energy for all plants' growth and maintenance. Number 8. Explain the water movement of plant. So osmosis plays a central role in the movement of water between cells and various compartments within plants. In the absence of transpiration, osmotic forces dominate the movement of water into roots. So water is absorbed by roots from the soil and transported as a liquid to leaves via xylem. In the leaves, small pores allow waters to escape as a vapor and CO2 or carbon dioxide to enter the leaf for photosynthesis. Of all the water absorbed by plants, less than 5% remains in the plant for growth and storage following growth. Water also necessary for photosynthesis, which is how plants use energy from the sun to create their own food. Number 9. What are the factors needed for plants' growth? So, in order for plants to survive or grow, they will need sunlight, proper temperature, water, air, and nutrients. So it is important for us to understand how these factors affect plant growth and development. So sunlight. All plants require for light for photosynthesis. Through a process called photosynthesis, plants absorb energy from the sun which fuels the processes necessary for survival. Temperature. Most plants tolerate normal temperature fluctuators. In general, foliage plants grow best between 70 degrees and 80 degrees if during the day and between 60 degrees to 68 degrees if at night. Water or moisture. Impact of soil moisture on plant growth. So it reflects not only the water content in a particular zone but also the health of the field. The roots of plants absorb water first, so their condition directly depends on its amount and aeration. Ultimately, the soil moisture effect on plants and their yield is vital. So the last is nutrients. So plants need nutrients for the same reason that animals need them. They need them to germinate, grow, fight off diseases and pests, and to reproduce. Number 10. Give at least 5 plant growth hormone and discuss. So here are 5 plant growth hormones: the auxins, cytokinins, ethylene, gibberellins, and abscisic acid. So auxins. Auxin is part of cell growth and expansion and is usually found in the parts of the plant that are actively growing with the highest concentrations in the primary stem. Auxin are most effective when partnered with another hormone. Second is cytokinins or CK. So, These are a class of plant hormones that promote cell division or cytokinesis in plant, roots, and shoots. So they are involved primarily in cell growth and differentiation, but also affect apical dominance, axillary bud growth, and leaf. Our third is ethylene. Ethylene is regarded as a multifunctional phytohormone that regulates both growth and senescence. It promotes or inhibits growth and senescence processes depending on its concentration, timing of application, and the plant species. Fourth is gibberellins. Gibberellins are plant hormones that regulate various developmental processes, including stem elongation, germination, dormancy, flowering, flower development, and leaf and fruit senescence. GAS are one of the longest known classes of plant hormone also. And last is abscisic acid or ABA. So ABA is a key hormone involved in tuning responses to several abiotic stresses and also has remarkable impacts on plant defense against various pathogens. The roles of ABA in plant defense against bacteria and fungi are multifaceted, inducing or reducing defense responses depending on its time of action. So these hormones encourages plant cells elongated by the auxins to divide it and create new plant organs. So that could be all. Thank you.